Hi, I'm Drea with Ranch House Wreaths and More, as well as ranchhousecraftsupplies.com, and I am going to show you how to use one large floral stem to create this wall piece. I have filled it with foam, just styrofoam, and then loosely placed Spanish moss on there. I do apologize for those of you that were expecting this live. We had technical issues, so here we go. See how this works. Okay, the first thing, I have 3 of these in a very pretty lime color, shades of green. What I like about this particular stem is that each of the stems as part of it move up and down. So I can adjust it however I want. I am going to shorten this one a little bit. I'm going to use these taller ones in the background. Get a little bit of glue. You'll see me put them there before I glue, and then as I go along I will add glue. So I don't really want it to come up too much higher because I like the swirl here. I think it says something about, you know, the piece. It adds a little character. And then I'm going to use the grass on this one, this way. I'll bend it a little forward, and then at the bottom I will bend it a little backward. I hope that makes sense to give it the flow I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to go with the second one. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to move these up. I'm going to trim it down a bit, and I'm going to place it on the other side. I'm not looking for a mirror image piece here. I simply want it to look balanced, however, but not mirror image. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing. There you go. What I did is I put just a little bit of a S shape in it here. Bend it forward, then bend it back a little bit, and it helps it lay closer to this without being like smashed right up against it. And then I have one more, which I would place lastly. You would think that I would go in and put it there, but I'm not looking for that uniform look. It's not one of my favorite things to do. So this would actually, because of the size of the leaves, is probably one that I will place lower in. I only have 3 from that pick. Remember, I'm trying to do this whole thing with one project piece, and then one large floral. If I had another one in here, I'd show you how it started. Okay, now I'm going to take this one, add a little glue, and pop it in right there. I'm going to bring it down a little bit lower because I can, and bring the grass up. Some of this, it's really a very pretty piece. Some of this is silk, some of it is plastic. It's just really pretty. There's nothing in it that's foam, however. So there we go. Now these, I'm very lucky. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of it. So it's going to be my friend. Place it here. Even though I said I wasn't going to mirror image, really like the look of this one. Let me give it a little bend. There we go. Bring some of that pretty green flower to the front. This obviously is a piece that will hang against the wall, so we're not going to concern ourselves too much with the back. I mean, if it gets to where it drives me nuts, maybe then. All right. This one I'm going to bring over here. Right in there. Give them a little character of their own. Normally on a lot of florals like this, I'll pull out the grass and add my own. But on this one, it's fairly nice, so I'm going to leave it. Okay, now this is the one I was saying has the bigger leaves. I don't know if I want to keep them, so I'm just going to stick it here real quick, and we'll kind of look at it and determine if the leaves are something I want. Let me push them up, because I don't want it to hide the pretty flower. So let's see. I don't know if I want the leaves. I'm thinking we can at least lose the first set. Let's see how we think about it now, okay? I'm bending it before I cut it. So, whenever you're placing a piece in, just look at it from all, angles. Like right now, I should probably take a peek from the side. And decide, I'm really thinking, it kind of reminds me, I don't know what the flower is, it may not even exist in nature, but it very much reminds me of a crocus flower that we get here at the beginning of spring. But I'm thinking, let's try it without on one of them. We'll let it have this little spiky piece here though. See what we think. I think I'm much happier with that. This is the little buds for the future ones, if it was real, obviously. And we have 3 of those. Let's go ahead and take the leaves off. Just gonna stick them under my deal right here. Okay, we'll cut that off. And go ahead and add a little blue. I think this one I'm just gonna stick right here. I have one more. Take off the leaves, get them out of my way, and drop it. I think I'm going to put it here. You thought I was going to put it in the middle, didn't you? There we go. Remember, I'm not overly interested in it, and this is actually the same flower. Look at that. Exactly same. Different stem and different leaves, obviously. So let's cut these down. Now let's move some of this greenery up. And these pretty little greenish yellow, they look like wildflowers. And some of this grass. And I'm going to pop some of that off of there. And we'll see how we like it with these leaves. They're smaller leaves. They're actually softer leaves too. So I'm going to put this one right here. Leaving the grass. I'm thinking the leaves are going to work just fine. We don't want to strip them naked or anything. Yeah, I think that'll be just fine. Now I only have 3 of these. So I have to decide on the look I want. Again, I'm going to go ahead and move the pretty little flowers up. Turn them the direction I want them to be. There you go. And the beauty of these twisting type pieces on a stem, you can remove them of course, but you can also turn them to whatever angle you want. So I'm going to go ahead and let this guy be a tad taller, and I'm going to put him right here. Oops. Again, I'm going to bend him a little, let him flow to the front a bit. There we go. Get his leaves to the back. If I don't like the leaves as I'm continuing on, I'll just go in there and cut them out. Now normally you might expect to see a pre-recorded video where it's all pre-planned. This is actually a challenge to myself, and it's good for you to see that even people that do this regularly go through a design process of, do I like that, do I not, is that going to work there, those kinds of things. I'm going to bring those flowers a tad more up, cut it down. I think I'll cut it down just a tiny bit more. I'm dipping in my glue pot when I'm off to the side here. And I'm going to put it in at a little bit of an angle. There you go. Reaching for the sun. Those colors are so pretty, y'all. All right, let me get some of these out of my way. So we're back to these guys. The other items that I have here kind of like reminds me of a stilby. It doesn't really have a name on this particular stem, but it'll be randomly placed, kind of almost like a filler. Right, here I go. I'm going to cut this one a little shorter. Let's see what else I have over here. Also purple. Also cute. Let's go here. I'm going to cut it shorter. I actually think I might remove a piece of the grass. There we go. Make it a little shorter. And put it right there. Right in with the others. These little yellowish, almost lime, but not really, little flowers. They really are cute. They bring this color down, so, or this up to that. So I'm going to do the same thing that I just did. Take out one of the pieces of grass, push everything up, and I'm going to put it in a low spot. And I'm not overly thrilled with this leaf right here, but we'll see how I feel in a minute, won't we? Bend this one forward just a tad. I don't really want it like staring you in the face. Maybe like a little bit of secret in the secret garden. There we go. Why hasn't she put any purple or anything in the center? Because she's thinking about the possibility of there being a bow there, which we'll decide. So, I do have these pink. They actually remind me, we have roses here in Central Texas and South Texas that grow in the wild along the roadside, along some of the cattle fences and stuff. They're very similar to this. Those roses are mostly white with a little green in them. So again, I'm working from the outside in. Let me bring this back over. Rose is reaching for the sun. Get another one. Bring this up just a hair more, I think. Blue. Oops, one of my leaves bent down. There we go. Now remember, I have this nice moss down here, so I don't really have to worry about like trying to hide any of the mechanics, because that will do it for me. All right. Nope, not putting it where you thought it was. I'm going to place it right in here. Character. There we go. Now if I wanted to, I don't have one here small enough. This would be a great place to put a little animal. Like if I had a little tiny rabbit, I'll use this as an example. It doesn't work with what the look we're going for, but this would be a great place. Let me see. There you go. A great place to hide those little guys away. Purple one could go with purple. Perfect spot, and then finish putting in some grasses around them. That's not what I'm going for today. Just an idea. All right. we still have one of these left, and we have one of these. We're saving those out. Now this bouquet had this really pretty zinnia type flower in the purple, and it's really pretty the way it is. Let me see if you can see that. It has the purple, and then it fades to a lighter color like a lavender. Put that one right here. Bend it to the back, back to the front. Bring this one down a little bit more so I don't hurt him too much. There we go. I think I like it there. All these colors you might not normally pick yourself to put together, the way they are in nature. You know what? I think we'll put another one of these kind of right there. If I had looked at them closer, this one is more closed in. I would have put it where that one is, but too late. So we'll just work on it this way. Let's do this. Let's manhandle these flowers, or girl handle them, whatever. Move this one in. There we go. So then if I'm coming around the side of the wall that these will go, I see these on a nice brick wall, like, you know, you see fountains some places. I think this would be beautiful on a brick wall. And one more. But you can guess where it's going to go. Blue. Slide that up. Drop it in at an angle, bring these leaves, you can bend this one down a little bit. I don't want it to fall over the side. Oops, there we go. Now we do have these pretty little darker purple florals. Put it. You probably saw the direction I'm going because you saw my eyes move, you do. Alright. So go this way. Again. Don't let the florals, when you do pieces like this, don't let the greenery or the florals like bend up into the bottom. It doesn't look as attractive. This one. Move these up. Up, up, up. I'm going to turn these a little so they look something like this. Sorry, I'm not looking at you. Not real thrilled with the way that this piece of grass here, let me see if I can place it behind it some. If not, it's going to be cut out. There we go, that's probably better. Thinking I'm going to allow this to be the height this time at the back. Come in right through here. There we go. And then I'm going to cut this one down, and it won't be the height. Let's see. Do we want it maybe right here? I think so. Let's do that. Move these up some more. This way, if your client wants the bow there, you're not hiding anything. Okay, let me get all this out of the way. These are great for use later, so I won't be throwing them out. This is what we have left from that bouquet. Take a peek from the side here. I think I need something there, so I'm going to use this there. Go. All right, I'm going to look at it from my angle for a second. Sometimes when you work, you know, at an angle like this, you can't see all sides, so you have to stop and just peek at it. Okay, so now we'll take some of these guys and see how they do. Alright, I'm going to take a little of that grass out because there's plenty in this. I took 2 pieces of the grass that was on here out. I don't want to lose in this case, I don't want to lose the beauty of the piece that it's in. This old fence type here and the swirls, I don't want to lose any of that. So it's nice to have a little bit of airiness in there. And again, there are other things I would do if I hadn't said that I would do it all with one large piece. All right, this one I'm going to leave that extra grass on. And it's going to go in right here. Got it. Okay. Has this nice lighter color grass with it. Yep, that's gonna work nice. I'm gonna take this grass again. I think this piece as well. Cut it a little bit shorter. I have 3 more of these left. There we go. See that wrist action there? Grass too. I'm eyeballing where I want it to go as I make this cuts. Alright. Alright, you come back to me. They're all wired so I can move them however I need for the look I'm after. If this is, you know, a little much for you, you don't have to use your whole piece. Go. Go on the other side as well. Take off some of the excess. A little bit more. Okay. A little glue. Put that one towards the back more. Bring this one in. There we go. All right. So we've actually successfully used all of the stems. Now we did take off this greenery. Now it's time to decide if the customer wants a bow. Let's see. Put it on. So if you wanted it with a bow, sorry, didn't fluff it out very well, did I don't want tails on this piece. You'll see that all the tails are in here. You could go in and cut them completely off, but I like the way it looks right there. So I'm going to take some of this grass, run it through the bow, see if I like it. Now I do have, you know, bits of leaves and some grass that I can use in the bow. I think I'm going to come in further with the bow though. I think I'm going to go. I did put a pick on this bow, y'all. Am I right in the way? Sorry, I'm used to my daughter Jess, who's the voice on our lives, directing me. What do you think? With the bow or without? Jessie, you can have a vote.
Without.
Without? Right.
I'll be the customer.
You're the customer. It says, no, bow, please, no, no. Would the customer like little bunnies in here?
Yes.
I had a feeling that's where we were going. So, what I would do, which I won't waste your time with, what I would do is I have some large stems that I've gotten from other pieces. I would put it down in there, drop me a little bit of glue, just enough to hold it, and then use it that way. Cut it to about right here and use it that way. For now, I'll just show you what we're going to call finished. So it was one wall piece and one bouquet and then some cute little bunnies tucked away inside. Let's tuck this one a little further. There we go. So there's your piece. I would come in here, probably with this little piece here, and glue these in. No sense in wasting them. And these little florals, just run them through, and they can be placed there just as easily. Little florals. I meant little leaves. Put that little flower that fell off. Got it. I'm not going to glue it because I can't really see what I'm doing from here. And the other thing I would likely do without a bow is bring some of these further out like this, so that it's not all jumbled in there. So there's your finished piece. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you understand that you don't have to have everything tall, everything medium, everything, you know, all the way down. Although we know it's silk florals, you want to try to mimic, you know, what might happen in nature. If I threw a handful of wildflower seeds in a pile, that's the way that I look at it. So this is the larger piece back here that we created out of the same container but smaller. With this one we use coleus, morning glory, some thistle ball, and some wandering Jew to float over the side. Now, if I hadn't challenged myself to that one thing, I would come in with some ivy and run it out along here sporadically, not in any real sense. The other thing you could put in, something like this, little bird nests. There's all kinds of things you can use. Anyway, that'll do it for us. Again, you could always put a bow if you wanted a bow. You could use a Cricut or a silhouette machine and put you some wording along here like welcome spring, or you could buy a pre-made sign and attach it here as well. Lots of options. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you live next time. Thank you.